the founder of Anonymous. I once met Julian Assange in IRC, long before WikiLeaks. At the time, he and his group were looking for government secrets, with the intention of holding the government hostage. They had been trying for many years, with no progress. While I had access to the secrets they wanted, mutual friends were talking about us both, and thought it was a good idea to get us to meet. At the time, Julian lived only a few hours north of me. We met in IRC. I gave him some information on artificial intelligence and the government's plan to use it to monitor the world. I spoke to him about PRISM, but he wasn't interested. He only wanted the government's dirty laundry, something to hold them hostage over. He wasn't interested in working with me and learning the ways of Anonymous. He only wanted my contacts, my methods and my secrets. We both agreed not to work together. After the meeting, members of his group came to me, professing that I was right and that they would spend years trying to convince Julian if that's what it took. Years later, they somewhat changed their ways and became WikiLeaks. In the meantime, I tried to convince my contacts in the US military to hand over helicopter footage of Iraq to Julian and his group. Although we agreed not to work together, I still wanted them to succeed. Eventually, helicopter footage was dumped in their lab, and it was the critical point that made WikiLeaks famous. From there, more whistleblowers from the US military gave their footage to WikiLeaks. It is important to note that the footage of Iraq goes back a long way. That footage was held on to for a long time. It was first leaked to meeting only me. I tried to convince them to give it to Julian and his group, and it took all the time to convince them. Julian Assange is not a hero. He is arrogant and cannot work with anyone unless they are underneath him. There was a breakup within WikiLeaks for this very reason. Making the world a better place is not his objective. He wants to attack the US and hold them hostage for a grab of power. He has a romantic dream of holding the US government by the balls. He is a black hat with a long history of hacking. He is not well educated on ethics and world affairs. He rides on the name of causes to justify his true objectives. I believe he is a better man than he was when I met him in IRC, but he is not who he appears to be. Julian is not in the business of releasing secrets of all government crimes. He selectively chooses which secrets to hold and which to release, to serve his agenda.